So, do you feel like you have a bunch of stuff going on in your life? Do you feel like you have a lot to be working on and there's so much that you need to be doing and improving on and like tending to and managing, but you don't even know where to start? You don't know what tasks to be working on. There's just a lot on your plate right now. And I get that. I used to feel like I needed to be doing more. I needed to be doing more. I'm not doing enough right now. How am I supposed to get to where I want to go if I'm only doing this much? And I felt like I had to add more on my plate. However, a new mindset that I'm taking on now is that it's success by elimination. It's that I need to be taking more off my plate. I need to be doing as little as possible and having my energy and attention conserved. And I know it sounds like crazy, but it might not even sound crazy, it just sounds different. But that's my new mindset, and it's been helping out a lot. And it's been giving me more clarity over my days and my schedule. And so a lot of times you might think that like the successful people that you're looking up to, you know, like the entrepreneurs or the athletes, like they're doing more. They're doing more than you. They're doing way more than you. And the key, like the thing to understand is that they're not necessarily doing more. They're actually doing less. They're doing more of very simple tasks. Like their lives are very simple and their lives are almost automated. Like the things that they do have going on in their life are almost automated, and it's a very simplistic lifestyle. And I'll give you an example of this. I've been following this entrepreneur, Sam Ovens, lately, and he's the one who brings up this concept of success by elimination. And he pretty much lives the same day every day, you know, Monday through Saturday. He pretty much has the same schedule, eats at the same time every single day, goes to bed at the same time every day, wakes up at the same time every day, works at the same time every day. He had like the time outside of his work, which is not too much, kind of doing the same thing, and is very systemized. He doesn't have a lot of stuff going on at all, but when he's working, he probably doesn't have a lot of stuff going on at all either. He's probably working on like a specific task or maybe one or two big tasks for the day that require a lot of his energy and attention. And so compare that to what we think we need for success, which is we need to be doing more stuff. We need to improve our relationships. We need to improve our like spirituality. We need to improve our like learning. We need to be doing more. We need to improve our fitness. We need to get more workout routines. We need to learn more about routines, and we need more tools and technology. And the thing is that all of this stuff is just adding more, I guess you can say, weeds in the garden. You know, like we're creating these gardens of stuff, if that makes sense. Like, and weeds grow in a garden. You know, the more stuff we put on our plate, the more weeds grow. And now we have all of these gardens with all of these weeds that we have to attend to because we added more tools in our life. We added more routines. We added more systems, and we added more and more and more. And I heard this, I was reading a book one time. It was The Great Rat Race Escape by MJ DeMarco. And he mentioned this like effect called the Diderot effect. And the Diderot effect is, I think it's the Diderot effect, but it's the fact that stuff begets more stuff. So the more stuff you have and the more things you have, the more things that creates. And the more things that creates, the more things that creates, if that makes sense. So the more things you have, the more situations you have, the more weeds in the garden you have, and the more your time, energy, and attention is going to have to be spent attending to these weeds. And so this is why you don't have time. This is why you feel like you have to attend to all these different things that are going on, is because you have a lot of weeds in the garden. And I'm not like calling you out, but I'm just like saying that this is something that I'm learning, is that it's a different approach. It's a different approach to like start to see it this way, that all of the stuff that's going on is basically like it's an effect of the Diderot effect. It's stuff that's happening that's creating more stuff, and that stuff is creating even more stuff. So it's all this stuff around you that it's growing out of control. Like these weeds are growing out of control, and now you have to attend to all these weeds. Like you have 15 gardens that you have to attend to. How are you going to attend to 15 gardens? You don't have the time, energy, and attention to do that. And so I just wanted to paint that picture. I didn't even know I was gonna like give that example, but it makes sense. So that's where you might be at right now, and why you feel like there's so much shit going on in your life that you can't manage and you can't control. So the key is to, it sounds maybe cold, it sounds crazy, but the key is to start eliminating this stuff. The key is to start getting rid of some of these gardens. The key is to start taking stuff off your plate. And like, this is success by elimination. And what you can do is see what you can eliminate. Is there anything that you can take out of your life? I mean, is there any habits that you were doing that are killing your time? Is there any, like, I know it sounds crazy, but like, is there any relationships that are not serving you, like that are toxic or that are not really healthy for you? Are there people that you're spending your time around that are draining your energy? Are there, like, really take a look at your life and take a look at all the weeds in the garden that you have. And is there anything that you can take off that would eliminate this Diderot effect of creating more and more and more problems and stuff? Take a look at it and just see if you can eliminate anything. And then also another thing that might help with this is gaining more awareness of where your time is being spent. Like, you should be aware of where your time is being spent and what specific areas your time is being spent on. And by doing this, you might realize that you've been spending your time on things that are really not important or really not moving you closer to your goal. And so this could be things like Netflix. It can be things like laying on the couch. It can be things like watching TV. It can be just random things like going out on the weekends. And you may not actually really want to be doing that stuff. You know, these are just examples. Or spending your time around toxic people, you know, that you feel like aren't actually supportive, or you just kind of feel like you have an obligation to these people. I don't know. But yeah, just start to take an overview of where your time is being spent. And I actually created a simple resource for you. I'm going to link it in the description, and then I'll include a Loom video on how to use it. But this might help out on gaining more awareness of where your time is being spent. And what I call it is time killers. And time killers are just things that kill your time. It's things that are not actually helping you. They're just almost wastes of time. And so, yeah, you can use that resource. It's going to be free. You'll just have to copy it. But yeah, it might help you out. And then also distractions. Distractions are big. So start to gain an awareness of your distractions and what things are actually taking your mind off what you're doing in the moment. And so something that might be helpful for this is I've been doing this thing called distraction journaling. And so whenever I'm working or I'm doing like a specific work task, like writing or working in my community, I'll have this distraction journal by me. And then any distraction that comes in my mind, I'll write it on the distraction journal. And so what this does is it gives me more of an awareness of these distractions and things that are taking my mind off of what I'm currently doing. So that's another big thing, is just focus more on what you're currently doing. And then anything that pops in your mind, anything that comes up, any notifications on your phone are kind of distractions. And so notice those. And when they come up, write it on this distraction journal. So that might help. All you have to do is just have a notebook by you, put the date, and then make a list of the things that have been distracting you that day. Just write them as they come up. And then, yeah, just one more thing going back to the time is viewing time as an investment. Viewing time as something that you have the choice to consciously be spending, you have the choice to choose how to spend your time, how you want to. If you don't choose how you're going to spend your time, other people, other situations, other weeds in the garden are going to choose how your time is being spent. And so, view the weeds in your life, view the weeds in the garden, view the things that are spending your time for you. Start to view time as a scarce resource. You don't even have to view it as scarce, but view it as a resource and something you have the conscious choice of choosing how to spend. And this is just going back to this entrepreneur, Sam Ovens, but there's things you can be spending your time on that are losing you money. There's things that you can be spending your time on that are not making you any money at all. Or there's things that you could be spending your time on that are making you money and multiplying you money. You want to try to start spending your time more on the things that are making you money or multiplying you money. And it doesn't even have to be money. It can be things that are improving your relationships and improving your health, because there are things that you can be doing that will improve all these areas of your life, like health, wealth, relationships. And these things are like reading. These things are like learning and educating yourself and watching educational content. These things are like developing new skills. These things are like meditating and journaling and doing inner work. These are things that will make you money. These are things that will improve your relationships and things that will improve your health. But there are things that you can be spending your time on that are losing you money and losing you health, losing you relationships, and spending time around with toxic people. These are low returns of investment of your time. So just become conscious of how you're spending your time and understand that there's good ways to spend your time, decent ways to spend your time, and then bad ways to spend your time. Start consciously spending your time on the things that are good ways of spending your time, and that will develop you skills, develop your knowledge, and make you more money in the future, or develop your health and relationships. So hopefully this helps, and just start to understand that stuff makes more stuff. It's the Diderot effect. And the more gardens that you have, the more weeds that are going to pop up and the more weeds that you're going to have to tend to. And so hopefully this example has helped you out, or this can provide you at least some clarity. And again, start to become more aware of your time and viewing time as a limited resource, that you have the conscious choice of how to spend it. So hopefully all of this helps. And I just started a free school community, and it's a place where you can go and be around more like-minded people who are working towards an ambitious goal, and we'll hold you accountable in there. There will be some co-working sessions and, just challenges and things to hold you to a higher standard. So it'll be cool, and you can check out that link in the description. Thanks for watching.